A young female Gambian journalist, Fatou on Saturday launched her maiden book titled Her Virginity at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara Conference Center in Bijilo. The book, Her Virginity, is a 90% non-fiction novel that looks into the unspeakable and traumatic real-life experience of women and girls in their homes and societies. The event was quizzed by government officials, students, activists, and members of the civil society organization. The book seeks to break the silence on the cultural beliefs surrounding female virginity and open up a debate on the stigma and stress women go through. In her launch statement, the CEO of ACE Communication Executive, Fatim Baji, highlights the objective of the book.
I understand Fatou sheds light on these critical issues. She is amplifying the voice of silenced, vulnerable young ladies, and this is a platform for many more to come. It's a reminder that as a country, we perhaps need to look at change a little closer to become a society that fully respects and protects the rights and dignity of every individual regardless of gender. When I asked her about the book, she had expressed to me that, when you're transiting from a girl to a woman in marriage, a lot of it depends on your virginity. And from there, your dignity is either held or withheld, your rights, and so forth in society. And this affects a lot of young women moving forward. Or even this sense of value is attached to that. So, there's so many things that are attached to it that I believe needs a discussion, perhaps a revisit of how we look at the virginity concept.
The main theme and central focus of the book focuses on the issue of virginity and how it is used as a benchmark to determine the rights, values, and dignity of women and girls in society, especially in their maternal homes. The author of the book, Fatou highlighted what inspired her to write the book.
Asked, but why did you write this novel? In case you're wondering, well, my inspiration is my society, the way my society treats its women. As an observant person, I have for long observed my society. I saw how men in position, men with influence and affluence, men that are trusted by the family, take advantage of the physical and financial weaknesses of women to abuse them. It is even worse with men who are still rich, men who neglect their family responsibilities, but will follow girls on the streets just to have them in bed. In a nutshell, my observation of the relationship between men and women rekindled my passion for writing. I felt this strong urge to write a novel that would especially reflect sexual abuse of women in our society. The irresistible push came about when I attended a wedding that turned out utterly bad. As customary in our society, the bride was given to her husband on the wedding night. As usual, the elderly women literally held a vigil at the door of the bridegroom, waiting anxiously to celebrate the results of the so-called encounter of the couple. It was basically a wait to know if the bride was a virgin and to celebrate her virginity. But these women did not care to know if the lady had been raped, which might have led to the destruction of her virginity, or whether the lady was even born with a hymen, or that the hymen was at some point destroyed unbeknown to the lady.
As a key observer of her society from childhood and as a great advocate for human rights, particularly women and girls, she believed everyone deserved to be protected and guided to live a dignified life. Hadi Dandejabi, a lawyer, gave an overview of the book.
Fatou talks about the society we live in. She talks about the society where women and girls are prizes. They are looked at in a way that society judges them, looks at them as figures that are to be judged at every stage of their lives, from the day they are born to the day they go to school, to the day they graduate, to the day they get husbands, etc. The thing about the book is that the women are showed in a way that they're not allowed to be women in a free way, because throughout their lives they are judged in every step that they take.
Speaking at the event, the CEO of Genjora Institute, Fatou Sengay, talked about the importance of the book, stating that they will not be quiet and will never stop the fight against sexual and gender-based violence.
I am saying now that we will not be quiet anymore. I am sending the message to the Fatous, the Idas, the Muskebas, the Jainabas, and the Bintas. And I hope they will keep on fighting to stop the abuse of women, and also will invite the Musas, the Ibrahimas, the Ismailas, and the Adams to help us along the way, because we need men in our midst. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have only had a time to read a small portion of the Virginity, which clearly shows me the effort of authors put in writing this book, and the support we as people, especially my women folk, should give her in not only buying and reading it, but also sharing the messages, because there were powerful values and teachings in this book.
While speaking on behalf of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Executive Director of National Youth Council, Alhaji Jaju, talked about the importance of women in society. He stated that, as a council, they will continue to support women and girls.
So I think all of us have lived directly or indirectly the roles that our women, our mothers have played in shaping up society as to what it is today. And they continue day in, day out, to play these roles, and they continue playing these roles perfectly well. As a council, as a ministry, we will continue to provide all what is necessary to ensure young women certainly excel. When they excel, we all excel as a country. And I think this is the understanding that we should all have, that when we support them, when they excel, it's not them excelling, but by extension, it is society that is excelling and moving to the next level. So we want to assure Fatou of the support of the Ministry of Youth and Sport, the support of the National Youth Council, and of course the support of all the machineries, within the ministry. We want to be with you, we want to celebrate you, the work you've been doing in the literary world, but of course the work you do supporting young entrepreneurs, as Fatou has highlighted.
Other related issues of sexual and gender-based violence, such as rampant rape, prosecution, trafficking of women by family members for monetary purpose, abuse of young girls by their rich and powerful in society, and cyberbullying are equally covered in the book. As the author, Fatou's idea not only highlights the rampant and prevalent nature of such acts of violence, but also introduces them as topics for discourse, as society is likely quiet on the issue. Reporting for Kerr, I am Ramatulai Jao.